today's video, I wanted to talk about having realistic expectations when it comes to your guitar progress. So one of the things that I like to talk about on this channel a lot and show you is how to absolutely maximize your practice time to make sure that you're getting the best results in the least amount of time. Now, the thing about that is that I want you all to keep in mind that especially if you're a beginner guitar player, but even if you're more intermediate, or especially actually once you get to an advanced level, even when you have all of the perfect circumstances, you're practicing every day. Let's say you're practicing for an hour every day. You're actually spending like a pretty decent amount of time, which a lot of people don't have that much time to practice. You're practicing all the right things. You're practicing them in the right way. You're even playing music with other people all the time, which I think is critically important. Even if every single thing is perfect about your practicing and your guitar playing, it still takes quite a while for you to really get to the point where you feel super comfortable and confident playing all the stuff that you want to play on the guitar. And this is informed by my own guitar journey. Right now I'm 26 and I have been playing guitar ever since I was about 10 years old. And I didn't really start taking it super duper seriously until I was 18 and I started music school at Miami-Dade College. I took guitar lessons when I was a kid through high school. I really felt like I got some okay progress. I learned how to play some songs and I learned how to play some solos and all that stuff. And I knew that I really wanted to be a guitar player for a living, but I just wasn't really practicing all the time. And part of that was because I didn't have too many friends that played music. Back to the thing about playing with other people, that's a reason why it's important, is that it's motivating. But when I was 18, I set a goal for myself that I wanted to get into the University of Miami 2 years later after completing my associates at Miami-Dade. And in order for me to do that, I was really going to have to practice my butt off as much as possible. And I did, as much as I could, at least, taking all the different classes and so on that are required when you're going to college. But even after all that, I think about how I sounded and how my playing was when I started at University of Miami, and sometimes I'm kind of astounded that I was even able to get into the school at all, never mind get some sort of scholarship. Compared to right now, I mean, I'm just light years ahead of where I was back then. And it's because even with all that practicing that I was doing, I couldn't really give you a number as to how many hours a day I was practicing. Probably 3, maybe more, depending on how much time I had in a day. It just still, you're not going to turn into a virtuoso in 2 years. Maybe for some people who are prodigies, and maybe if you're a kid when your brain is more malleable, and you're practicing all the time, like 8 hours a day, maybe that can also happen. It just depends on the person. But I think for most people, they're gonna be able to relate to my situation a little bit more than some prodigy virtuoso. I remember after those 2 years, I felt definitely way more comfortable playing, especially improvising solos on jazz standards, than I did when I was 18. When I was 18, I didn't even know like my key signatures and playing in different keys or how to improvise over any tune at all, like without just running a scale and having it sound like some kind of exercise. But even when I started 2 years later at UM, I just didn't really have it that much together. I wasn't really able to play over anything like faster than 230 BPM or something like that. And I had a ton of tension in my playing as well. That's something that has plagued me a lot, and it's still not totally gone, but I've gotten a lot better about just staying relaxed when I play and just feeling easy when I play the guitar. Keeping my left hand relaxed and not pressing down too hard, not picking too hard. And that's one thing I like to talk about on this channel a lot too, is how important relaxing is when you play your instrument. It's one of the most important things that you can possibly develop, and I think it's actually a skill in and of itself, just like anything else, just like your ability to alternate pick or know your music theory. Your ability to relax when you're playing is a skill. So when I review what happened, it's been about 8 years since I made that commitment to really practice and work on my craft as much as possible, because I know how difficult it is to really do this thing, to do music for a living, to teach music or do whatever it is you want to do and have music be a part of my life well into the future. And it made me realize that it's taken a lot of patience to be able to do the things required to achieve my goals on the guitar. So I just want you all to be informed by that no matter how long it takes, that's the beauty of it. It doesn't matter that it takes a long time. What's the rush? Why do we all need to become a virtuoso in a year or 2 years? I hope that we all live plenty more years so that we can very slowly but surely achieve our guitar goals. And with that being said, it's super duper important to simply enjoy the process. It's a beautiful thing, practicing guitar and stimulating your brain and learning new things. And even if these small little wins that we get where you're able to play something just 5 beats per minute faster than you were, or you're able to play something at the same speed, but it felt better today than it did yesterday. All of those little wins, they add up very gradually, and you look back at yourself a year before and you say, wow, I did get a lot better in a year. I might not have achieved all of my goals on the guitar, but I got a lot better and I progressed. That's what it counts. So yeah, just enjoy the process and have realistic expectations, and you're gonna have more fun playing the guitar. That's the most important thing beyond anything else. Speaking of reaching your guitar goals, if you're someone whose goal it is to master the guitar fretboard so that you have freedom getting all up and down the guitar fretboard. Now, it's not gonna happen instantly, just like I was talking about, but it will happen if you go ahead and go over to jamsville.com and check out the Jamsville GPS Fretboard Fundamentals course. I designed this course specifically so that everyone who watches this channel and checks out this course is going to be a master of the fretboard. Not like a lot of other guitar players who unfortunately just stay confused all the time about the guitar fretboard, and they are trying to memorize all these patterns and stuff and memorize tabs. No, I want you to be different and be the person who really has a true understanding of the guitar fretboard like a true musician. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that I can help you get better, faster at the guitar. And until next time, listen, learn, and jam.